See how the city primes the economy with $10 million in stimulus funds. And he was buried alive in Haiti for 5 days. See why he was in Virginia Beach recently. Plus, we'll tell you why these fish are so smart. That and more are coming up as we access Virginia Beach. Hello and welcome to VBTVs Access Virginia Beach, a program that informs you of news and events from around our city and schools. I'm Mickey Aceto. Thanks for joining us. More than 32,000 cars travel down Witchduck Road on a daily basis, making it one of the busiest thoroughfares in the city. Now, thanks to stimulus funding, that well-traveled stretch of road will soon be seeing some much-needed relief.
Oh, sweat. That's it.
Work has officially begun on Witchduck Road Phase 1. Improvements will include widening the road from 4 lanes to 6, making commutes much smoother.
This is going to be the tie-in for Witchduck Road, Princess Anne Road to I-264. And if you think about that, that's a heck of a route and it carries a lot of people, so it's going to make a big difference.
The road project is the first in the region to be funded with stimulus money from the American Recovery and Investment Act.
This is a $27.5 million project, and a little over $9 million of the funding for this project is coming from the stimulus funds.
And it's more than just widening roads. The project also creates some much-needed jobs.
We've got good folks here in Hampton Roads that are put to work by money that's been provided through the Recovery Act. But it's not just about creating jobs, it's about creating jobs that actually produce some real value in the economy, and that's helping alleviate our traffic concerns.
Construction is already underway and is expected to take about 2 years. For more information on the project, contact Public Works at 385-4131. The Virginia Beach School Board has been down a member ever since Rita Sweet-Bolito resigned to serve for City Council. Now, after much discussion, that empty seat has been filled. Following a special meeting, school board members appointed Ashley McLeod to fill the vacant at-large seat. McLeod has volunteered for numerous schools, committees, and community associations. She will serve through December 31st of this year. They're bright, they're flashy. Some citizens say they're downright gaudy. And in Virginia Beach, there are no rules for them. They're LED signs, and they've been popping up across the city. And so have citizen complaints about them. That's why City Council is proposing electronic sign regulations. After months of debate, Council has agreed on a set of rules for the signs. Highlights include limiting the signs to 2 colors on a dark background, messages would change no more than every 30 seconds, moving images would be prohibited. In fact, other than company logos, the LEDs are restricted to just text, and LED signs near neighborhoods would be required to be turned off at 10 p.m. A final vote for the proposal is expected to be held on March 23rd. If adopted, the rules would only apply to new signs. On January 12, 2010, a 7.0 magnitude earthquake shook the capital of Haiti. The world watched as rescue workers came from near and far to help in the search and rescue efforts. From this region, the FEMA group, Virginia Taskforce 2 Urban Search and Rescue Team, flew down to lend a hand and ultimately saved more than 1 life. One of the lives saved was that of Hans Christensen, a United Nations worker from Denmark. He was trapped under a collapsed building for 5 days before members of the Virginia Taskforce 2 Search and Rescue Team pulled him from the rubble. Christensen was in Virginia Beach recently to meet his rescuers.
I mean, everybody is busy with doing other things. They have their private lives, they have their families, they have their professional life and so forth. Simply giving it up and rushing off to the disaster areas of the world to save lives is so amazing and so much appreciated, I think, from obviously the victims. On a personal level, I mean, I am immensely grateful. I mean, they're the reason that I'm standing here today.
It took crews 7 hours to dig Christensen out from under the United Nations building. The task force also pulled 2 children out alive from another location. The task force spent a little more than a week in Haiti conducting search and rescue operations. We caught up with them when they returned from the trip at the end of January. Here's a story of their mission in their own words.
We were deployed to do search and rescue missions in Haiti, specifically in Port-au-Prince. This amount of devastation I don't think had been seen by anybody on the team. Like I said, personally deployed to Oklahoma, and we've gone to Katrina and to the Pentagon and everything else. But this level across such a wide area of devastation, I don't think had been seen by anybody on the team. Your emotions ebb and flow, and it is a bit of a roller coaster ride. You know, you're out there looking, you know, you're hoping you're going to find somebody, and we searched an entire first day with no luck. And then the second day, you know, we get out there, and the first part of our team ended up on them early in the morning, and then we brought the second part of the team in to assist. And when we got Jans Christensen out, we were on top of the world. But very quickly, you know, there were other people there that wanted us to keep going and looking for their loved ones that were still buried in that pile.
The team found nothing for 2 more days, and then on Tuesday, January 19th, another find.
So then they went back down about 300-400 yards through an alley, basically, to a house that was a house kind of a duplex style that had collapsed down, and the children were trapped in the bottom of it. And then they were trying to get communication with him, and then they brought Mark in.
Well, when they stuck me in the hole, I first said, "Les enfants, tu parles avec moi," which is little children, please speak to me. And I heard the voices immediately come out of the hole. And I said bouge pas, which is stay still, and attention, which is be careful, and the digging commenced.
The team pulled 2 children out of that hole. In all, the Virginia Taskforce 2 search and rescue team scoured through more than 100 square miles of earthquake-damaged Haiti. They pulled 3 people out alive.
Every class, everything I've ever done and have wanted to do, this just made all the training that worth it. I felt like I was on top of the world, you know, when we pulled Mr. Christensen out. And then the evening of the 2 children, when the little boy threw his arms in the air, you know, it just brought back twice the emotions. You know, it was building up from the first rescue, and then to see the 2 kids come out afterwards, it was just absolutely incredible.
Virginia Task Force 2 is made up of emergency personnel, doctors, and even search and rescue dogs from throughout Hampton Roads. You can learn more about the group by logging on to VATF2.com. Coming up next on VBTVs Access Virginia Beach, students learn the realities of driving drunk. American internet speeds are some of the slowest of all developed countries, but we'll tell you how Virginia Beach could become the site of the fastest speeds in the world. We'll have that and more when we return.
Once stood on the sands of time searching for truth, trying to bring back the art, the essence, my craft is proof. Coming out of Virginia, authentic, 100%, dedicated to displaying these beautiful monuments. My words are like tourist attractions. Feel the vibe from the purest rapping. Some say it's positive, I say it's life the way it's meant to be lived. And you can see it too, seated all the way up in the parasail, wave running in circles like a carousel. This is the 37th parallel. Welcome to Virginia Beach. That's cool.
Keep the good vibe. Virginia Beach.
Happy birthday! That's wonderful. Thank you, dear friend.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You make me feel so young. You make me feel so spring has sprung. And every time I see you,
you're not fooling anybody you know. Think young. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Welcome back to VBTV's Access Virginia Beach. I'm Mickey Aceto. By now, you may have heard of Every 15 Minutes, a dramatic program about the dangers of drinking and driving. In Virginia Beach, 2 public high schools a year host the event. The event begins with the Grim Reaper pulling students out of classrooms.
They are known as the Walking Dead. They resemble our every 15 minutes someone being killed in an alcohol-related crash.
Once death pulls The Walking Dead from the classrooms, the student body moves to the parking lot for a simulated DUI crash. They look on as one of their friends lays dead and as emergency crews attempt to pull the bloodied bodies of the others out of the mangled cars. The goal of the program?
Trying to instill in the young drivers making correct decisions, letting them know that there's consequences to all the decisions that they make. And especially when we're speaking of getting behind the wheel and operating a motor vehicle.
You just saw like exactly how it's done and what they look like right afterwards, and I think it's more personal, especially since it's your friends. Even if it's fake, it felt so real watching.
After the accident scene, The Walking Dead moved to Centera Hospital, where another student dies on the operating table. And in the morgue, the message is driven home again.
Look at the stats that say you're 6 times more likely to die like this than anything else. It was a decision by some person to drink and drive. See, he's 15 years old, never see 16. And some of y'all in here think it'll never happen to you. Well, why don't you ask Joey's parents from the other night? 16 years old. Now you have a life that's gone and another one that's going to prison.
The scenes may be simulated, but the impact is real.
Because the day you die, you might as well have just taken a knife and shoved it through your parents' hearts. Because what you don't understand and what you do not realize is that your parents love you 20 times more than you can even imagine.
The impact of the program was twofold for some, as it came on the heels of a recent DUI incident that killed a Kempsville High School student about a week ago. Well, if you're in a wheelchair but you love the beach, then life will soon get a little easier for you. That's because City Council approved a 15,000 square foot park at the oceanfront that's wheelchair accessible. The park will be located between 1st and 2nd Streets and will have interactive wheelchair accessible equipment and a rubber play surface. Local sponsors will cover the $1 million construction cost. The park is expected to open in May. A 2009 survey showed that the average internet connection download speed in the United States is about 5 megabytes per second. That's one of the slowest of the 29 countries surveyed. South Korea took the lead with downloads of more than 20 megabytes per second. But imagine having speeds of up to a gigabyte per second. Well, internet giant Google is planning to build and test a new ultra-high-speed broadband, and they're looking for a test site. Could Virginia Beach be the place? It could, if there's enough interest from citizens. City officials are asking you to fill out a survey assessing the level of community interest in the trial. Surveys are available online at vbgov.com/surveys. Just select the Google Fiber for Communities survey. They must be completed by March 23rd to be considered in the application process. It's that time of year again. The annual Cherry Blossom Festival will soon be in full bloom at Red Wing Park. Kick off the spring season with a celebration of peace and goodwill. The festival also honors the relationship between the city of Virginia Beach and its sister city of Miyazaki, Japan. The 6th annual event includes Japanese fish painting, martial arts, and traditional Japanese music. There's a host of fun for the whole family. A highlight for this year, the festival will feature a performance from the dance team from Nippon Sports Science University in Tokyo, Japan. The day's events run from 11 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. on Saturday, March 27th. Log on to vbgov.com/parks for more information. And speaking of Japan, some Virginia Beach students were there in October, performing with other students from the Governor's School for the Arts.
What was so clear is now overcast with mixed emotion.
The performance group, the Voices of Virginia, presented a 1960s rock and Motown concert. The Governor's School group traveled there for the International Music Festival and the International Youth Music Festival. And you needn't travel to Japan to see the performance. The Voices of Virginia will be performing their program on March 26th and 27th at the Roper Performing Arts Center in Norfolk. Check out the Governor's School website for additional information. It's www.gsarts.net. And if you miss those performances, the performance from Japan will air on VBTV. Dates and times have not yet been posted. The Governor's School for the Arts was established to benefit and challenge the potential of advanced level high school students. When we return, see how some high school students have already landed a job for when they graduate from college. Plus, we'll show you where the wild things are. That and more are coming up.
Virginia Beach Schools Parent Connection is your one-stop resource for information and events which support families and promote student success. On March 20th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., attend the Fun on the Farm agriculture event at the Virginia Beach Farmers Market on Dam Neck Road. Celebrate agriculture with hands-on farm chores for children to enjoy. Milk Beachy the fiberglass cow, make butter in a churn, wash clothes with a washboard, and more. Call 757-385-4395 for more information. Old Dominion University cordially invites you to attend the second annual International Festival on March 20th from 12 to 5 p.m. This free event will feature an international children's village which will house exciting cultural performances, fun inflatables, engaging storytellers, interactive displays, and unusual animals from around the globe. Children of all ages will learn more about the world while participating in a variety of social and educational activities. To learn more about these activities or to see a complete calendar of March events, visit the Parent Connection page of vbschools.com.
Hi.
Hi. Patience. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Welcome back to VBTVs Access Virginia Beach. I'm Mickey Aceto. There's a saying that goes something like, the teachers of tomorrow are already in the classroom. And as Access reporter Diana Cartwright shows us, nowhere is that more true than in the Teachers of Tomorrow program.
The Virginia Teachers for Tomorrow helps prepare students to go into the field of education. It gives them a taste of what it's like to be in the classroom, to see if it is a career that they would like to pursue.
The year-long elective course is offered to high school juniors and seniors. Studies give an overview of child psychology, the educational setting, and even practical training in the form of requiring 25 hours in an education-type setting.
This experience will help expose them to what it's like in an actual classroom with the younger students and what kinds of questions they might ask and what kinds of maybe behavioral things they might experience once they are on their own in a classroom.
The Virginia Beach School Division picked up the program 3 years ago with the intent of helping students make a decision about a career in education.
And so far, our first classroom was a success. They had a lot of fun, they were quiet, they cooperated, and we got to experience how it's going to be like in an elementary school classroom. It was a lot of fun.
And ideally, the program hopes to encourage those who do decide to go into education to return to Virginia Beach for a career with the school division.
Human Resources and the school board is in such support of this program that they have offered incentives for students to come back and teach so that we can bring some of our own students that know our area and keep them in our city and teach for the school system.
Last year, 21 graduating seniors were offered future teacher contracts. When they graduate from college, they'll have a job with the Virginia Beach School Division as long as positions are open. Pull an all-nighter at the 10th annual Youth Doing Awesome Things lock-in. The Kempsville Rec Center is hosting the event, which begins Friday, March 26th at 9:30 p.m. and lasts until 7 a.m. Saturday morning. 6th, 7th, and 8th grade students are invited to this educational lock-in that addresses the dangers of drunk driving and the consequences of making negative decisions. The evening also includes food, fun, and fellowship, plus all the dodgeball, video games, and swimming you can take. Register by March 19th at any rec center or online at vbgov.com/YOO. In the early 1960s, a children's book about monsters was written. It quickly became a hit, and since then, it's been adapted into various forms. Now, that beloved book has made a special stop at the Contemporary Art Center of Virginia. It's a wild adventure at CAC as the exhibition Where the Wild Things Are, Maurice Sendak in his own words and pictures, storms the museum.
The exhibition celebrates Maurice Sendak's award-winning books as well as his life and life story. We feature several examples of his work over the years, including Where the Wild Things Are.
The author's work comes to life in the exhibit, which includes handwritten notes, illustrations, and manuscripts, as well as hands-on activities for visitors of all ages.
We have a little kitchen from In the Night Kitchen. We have a giant bowl of chicken soup with rice and a little slide so kids can slide into the styrofoam and play. We have a boat. We have Max's boat from Where the Wild Things Are so kids can pretend they're sailing on an adventure. And there are also costumes so that kids can dress up like wild things and have their own adventures.
The exhibit will be on display now through the end of May. If you're looking for even more Sendak-themed events, an upcoming spring break camp scheduled for April 5th through the 9th will offer classes that are inspired by his magical worlds. Log on to cacv.org. And while you're at CACV, why not stop by the Fleming Gallery and check out original works of art from students found right here in Virginia Beach. Who said student art is only good enough to hang on the family fridge? Definitely not the Contemporary Art Center. In fact, they're showing hundreds of works from artists in Virginia Beach Elementary, Middle, and High School. The Youth Art Month art show will be on display now through the end of March. Log on to cacv.org for gallery information and upcoming exhibitions. I'm sure you've heard of the chess club, the drama club, even a foreign language club. But what about the fish club? At Corporate Landing Elementary, the fish club is very popular and it comes with a lot of responsibility.
They were selected by teachers and actually by our principal, Mr. French, and they're just all around nice kids who we wanted to give this experience to.
That experience includes taking care of the school's newest addition, this 55-gallon aquarium.
Now move it up and down and try to clean the rocks.
Every Friday, members of the Fish Club work extra hard to make sure their fishy friends stay healthy while also getting a great hands-on lesson.
They understand what a pH level means. They know how to test the water. They keep a graph of each week's testings. They know how to clean the tank. They've learned a lot of new words that are important words in studying animals, and they will carry this knowledge with them to middle school and throughout life.
And the responsibilities don't stop there.
We cleaned the algae, we took some of the water out that had the bad stuff in it, we refilled it and fed them. It's a big responsibility because you have to pay attention at time and make sure you're there on time.
The aquarium is home to 18 tetras and 1 algae eater. It is located at the school's front entrance. The aquarium was made possible thanks to a Building Futures grant and a partnership with Animal Jungle. And with that, we've come to the end of our show, but if you've missed something or would like to see it again, you can view this program online. Log on to vbgov.com/eStream, then find and click on Access Virginia Beach. For everyone here at VBTV, I'm Mickey Aceto. Thanks for watching.